What's up, guys? It's episode 3. Woo! The first.
Let's go.
Bitch interrupts me again. Okay, let's. How like there are two like magical numbers you learn about when you're little, 3 and 7. 7 because you get a fucking Snow White, and then 3 because I don't know comes after 2. I don't know why.
But 3 is such a weird number. Like it seems like 3 is like the number that just like happens the most, you know?
Right.
Like
I
there's
think
3. There's always like a 3 seems like a weird just like a number that just just there's always
common.
3 of something.
It seems too common. There's actually a
Yeah, it's
video by a
weird.
channel I love, made by a guy who actually makes podcasts, Brady Heron, called Number File. And I think there's a video talking about how 3 is the most common number.
It's weird.
I didn't watch it. I just saw the thumbnail, and I saw it about a year or two ago, and I wanted to watch it. It's in my watch later. By the way, I have 3 watch later playlists because playlists on YouTube can max out 5,000 videos. And
My
I'm at
watch
about
later
12,
is like a little over 1,000 right now.
I'm at about 12,000 videos I haven't watched yet, which is
I
kind of
always
fucked
click
up.
watch later and then I never finish the videos. Like I
Exactly.
never watch them. It's just like I have some in there that's been in there for like 2 years.
So what I think I'm doing now is just saving them for retirement. After I leave the White House, after I do my tenure, 8 years, or after I become dictator of the universe, whatever I feel at the time. I'm fucking bipolar. I'm not bipolar, but it seems like what a fucking bipolar person would do with their president. Fucking
You
get
know
rid of
that
constitutional
like
monarchy.
I no offense, but I wouldn't vote for you.
Well, yeah, no, you're a dem soch.
Actually, yeah, I think that's probably what I around right.
So wait, so talk about what happened yesterday. Was it yesterday?
It was last night.
Yeah, talk
Okay.
about it because it's a big thing.
Okay, so there's this YouTuber, right? Named Vosh, 70,000 subscribers, no big deal. He was doing a stream, he was playing Cuphead.
I love Cuphead.
Yeah, he was playing Cuphead. He's a good gamer and all that. I called in, I got to have a conversation. I did
Wait, so
not
how
do
did you call in? How did this
I
work?
literally just like because no backstory. A few days before that, I kept he was having a bunch of people on, and I kept saying, "Can I get on next?" And he kept saying, "Yeah, you can get on next." He saw my message in chat. He said, "Oh yeah, you can get on next," and then I couldn't get on, so he felt bad this time. He said, so he was like, "Well, you couldn't get on the other day when I said you would."
So you were talking. I could only really watch about 3 minutes because I was throwing up. I feel horrid right now.
You got
I
that
have
COVID?
I honestly don't know. I have some of the symptoms. I'm staying away from my parents just to be safe because they're both in their 60s. I can't risk it.
Yeah.
It hurts. Like my mom was having trouble breathing with her.
Okay, what were you saying? You were saying
Oh
something.
yeah, I can barely breathe through my chest. It hurts when I breathe.
Yeah, you were. Were you in
Yeah,
the? You
so
were like
I'm
saying
worried I might
something.
have it.
Yeah.
Anyways, so funniest thing happened today. Well, two things, but I was downstairs I'm studying for the AP test downstairs. And I have a space heater in my room because, third floor, it's either really fucking hot or really fucking cold. You can't have a good, nice medium. Nope. It's either fucking Sahara or the Gobi Desert. You really can't have a good not Meadle. Fucking that's Weedle, but with an M. It's a Weedle that smokes meth. No,
Needle
so
sounds like a word for like a really small penis.
no, so no one tells me this. I never knew you can't have a space heater plugged into an extension cord. So I come back upstairs after about an hour studying because I have to do it for an hour in a day. It's like a log for my teacher. And I smell burning. What do you know what's happening? My pillow's on fire because, I wake up, when I wake up off my couch, I fall asleep on a couch because I got rid of a bed for a couch because, one, it's a lot easier to entertain in a room with a couch and a bed. So the wires connected, here's like the extension cord and here's like the plug. It's like connected on the pillow. I probably just like knocked it off when I was getting dressed and plugged it in this morning. And I look at the wire and like I can fucking show you. Right here. Sorry. Not sure if this is showing up on screen, but it's like brown. It melted.
You can kind of see it, not really though.
Yeah, it's not great. Let me see if I can fix this. You can't really see. But anyways, it was on fire. Yes, flag of Sweden, Israel, Americans over there. God, that's Michael Jordan. I couldn't find a LeBron poster.
How many flags do you have?
3, and then Saturdays for the boy in my new room. I'm moving rooms. Yeah, so that happened. Accidental fire in my room, and then I was playing Minecraft today, and I totally forgot concrete existed. So I'm breeding up a shit ton of red and white sheep because I'm building a lighthouse. It's a fucking island, and it's turning out well. But I forget concrete exists, and I'm breeding about 1,000 sheep. And then I go into my crafting table, and I have sand and gravel in my inventory. I was like, oh,
okay, I think we gotta like actually start on our topics for today.
Fine.
Right. So, which one do you want to start with?
Masculinity with Bosch, right?
Yeah, and I wanted to continue because I know that you and me are going to you probably think it's a dumb libtard.
I don't think it exists. I don't think toxic masculinity exists. I think it's just men. Really.
What do you know what it is? Like
No, yeah. No, I don't know the exact dictionary definition or what.
But like what what do you think it is?
How I would explain it is that like certain aspects of being a man are like you're taught to like be strong so men hide their emotions, and like being a man, like being manly hurts a man. And I just can't really buy into that.
What about it specifically do you like take problems with?
Like the main aspect is like that men should let out emotions. Like I'm fine with letting out emotions, like, but
I mean everyone should. It's not just like I think that's a healthy thing.
I might be weird about this, and I think I am. I've told people about this. I'm weird. I really don't let myself like cry twice a year, and it's specific dates, my birthday and another date. It varies on the year. It really depends. But it's really only twice a year. And it helps me because I feel like, oh, there's no pressure to be sad. Like, it's almost like there's a pressure to be sad now. Like, I feel like, I can just save it in, write it down, and just think about it later.
But that's unhealthy, though. It's like bad.
It like it works for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm different, but it works for me, and I feel.
Well, I'm pretty sure it doesn't, and it's probably one day you're gonna be like, oh shit, this is not working, because one day you're gonna get.
All I know is that before I started doing this, I felt sad a lot more often, and I decided maybe if I just don't let myself cry, I can feel sad, but I don't let myself show it. I usually just show neutral, maybe resting bit of a bitch face. I don't know. Yeah, but I was watching comedians in cars getting coffee with Jerry Seinfeld.
So
no. This is actually no. Like let me. Like, so Christopher Rock was talking about, like, how kids need bullying. And I was like, yeah, they kind of do. As bad as that sounds, don't you think so?
I kind of agree with that partly. I don't think bullying, like, specifically bullying, but I think that, like, having going through a certain, like, you don't want to be protected from everything in the world, you know? Like, I don't know, bullying is just one example, but, like, did I hear something?
That was my sister.
Oh. Bullying is just like one of the things, but I think it's not just bullying. It's like you shouldn't, like, some parents, like the helicopter parents, who will like try to shield their little babies from every problem that they might have to go through, and then they grow up and then they don't know what they're doing.
Like a Karen.
Yeah, I don't think that's what a Karen.
Well, I think most Karens are like that, actually. Oh, do you see the Shoe on Head video where how people like are saying that Karen's like the N-word?
Karen is a slur. Yeah, I mean not just that video, but like everything on the internet.
It's like an actual thing, and I think it's retarded.
It was on Twitter. I was on Twitter like when the first tweet blew up. I was like, I saw it really early on. I was like, what the fuck is this bitch?
Who the hell thinks besides the Karens themselves? No one thinks that.
I know. It's like
maybe like
the ironic part is people were saying that like the term was like invented by like black women. I didn't know that before.
Apparently, white people have a habit of taking black like slang and like. I think someone used the term like stealing it, like we're like stealing it like it was land or something. I don't know. It was.
But I mean, white people do be doing that shit though. White people.
Right, but I don't think you can steal a word.
No, but like they kind of say like, oh yeah, we like, oh, we found this new word, and they don't really
No,
like.
we don't say we found it. We just pick it up.
It's it's complicated.
When we say
Like,
homie, we don't say, "Oh, I thought of this new word, homie." No, we just start saying it.
like sometimes it's a cultural thing, and like
I don't know. But back
it's
to like
complicated, just like everything in the world. Nothing's
yeah, but back to bullying. I
rarely
feel
is
like
simple.
I would not be the person I am today if I wasn't bullied. If I was popular growing up. If I mean, I feel like the popular kids never know they're popular, but I feel like if I was someone who was thought of as popular, I would not be me. I'd be a worse person, but I'd be worse off. I hate
Yeah,
that.
kind of like humbles you, you know?
Well, I don't think it's a humble. I think it's just a teaching moment. But Chris Rock and Jerry Seinfeld are talking about like how like their wives try to get the children to stop fighting and stop insulting each other. Like that's what boys do. It's how we learn. That's why I don't think
I don't
toxic
even think it's
masculinity.
just boys. I think that's just a natural thing of
No,
growing
no,
up.
no, no. But I'm talking about boys because we're talking about toxic masculinity. I'm
That's
thinking
true, but I
that
think that like the being just I think kids are just assholes. I think that's
I think that's but that's a part of growing up. You have to learn when to be an asshole and when to not be.
no, I don't think we should encourage like say we should
I
like
don't think
super we should like try to have like a healthy amount. Like we shouldn't say, "Oh yeah, bullying is great. People should bully more." Like I think that's
no, I don't think we
unhealthy.
should encourage bullying. I just don't think like those zero tolerance policies for fighting. You know how they never help; they only hurt the victim.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
like
public schools are one of the most like broken systems in this country. It's
that's why I'm in
ridiculous.
favor of abolishing the Department of Education, which is
No, I
pretty
think that would make it
radical.
worse. What do you mean?
Well, I don't think besides like general education, I feel like public schools should be what they used to be, like I feel like private schools used to be like cheap in comparison to what they are like now, and most people went to them. And public schools were only for like the really poor, and I feel like that's more of a better system because one, you less taxpayer dollars are spent, and two, parents have choices, which is why I'm in favor of vouchers, actually.
No, wait. Why would you want why would you want to separate schools by wealth? That would make things
No, I don't. I don't. I want parents to choose where they want the kids to go to
but
school.
that's what's going to be the result of
No,
that.
not true. Not
Yes,
true
it
because
is.
the
The
school
all
vouchers.
whenever
School,
that happens,
you can't abolish the Department of Education without having school vouchers. That's what I think, at least.
okay, all the parents are going to say, okay, well, I'm going to send my kids to these schools, and then then there's going to be poor schools, there's going to be rich schools,
Oh, by
and
the
then
way,
the
my mom wants me to sleep over at your house.
you dead ass.
She just texted me.
Hell no, I'm sorry.
I don't feel no. I don't have it. The doctor's like I called my doctor and said, "Do I have it?" And she said, "With those symptoms, no."
Okay, let's just. What was I saying?
I don't know.
Just talk. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I just want to mention that.
Okay. So anyways, if the parents are gonna be like, well, I don't want to have my kids at this school where all the poor kids are, and a lot of it's like kind of like it's kind of racist too, because they're like, ooh, that's where all the
Okay.
poor
I
kids.
only think I think
I
that
think that a lot of
don't
people are
act like
fucking
poor white
racist. They
people
don't
don't
want to
exist.
admit it, but they
Poor
are.
people of every race exists. And I feel like that's saying, oh, I don't want being. I'm saying, oh, like when someone would say that, that's being racist. No, I think it's being classist, maybe, but being
No, because
racist, no.
people
Because
associate people. Well, first of
I
all,
don't. I
minorities are poor. There's more poor
who
minorities. That's just
does?
a
Not
fact. You
me. I
can't
don't
argue with
think
that.
minorities are poor.
What?
I don't think minorities are poor. Who thinks that? Not me.
Well, it's a fact that
I think maybe
there's more poor minorities than there are white people. Well, like per capita,
that's not true either.
like
More white people
like
are in
there's
food
it's
stamps.
disproportional. Like there's more white people, so there's gonna probably be more poor white people. But like
It's actually it's within the margin of error of proportionality. Really,
no, it's really not. There's like a
it really is
ridiculous
because
like
when you take into account the country, the whole nation, people of all races are poor in different places. So
yeah, obviously like because black people because of redlining, obviously the poor neighborhoods are going to be mostly black. It's not, but that's still based
that's
on
not
race.
once the poor
Just
neighborhoods are
their
never
geography,
the
people are
poor
also
neighborhoods are
like
never
separated
mostly
by
black.
geography, which is what contributes to that.
The poor neighborhoods are never mostly black. What they
Uh,
are is a mix of historical minority communities. You have the Irish, Jews, Hispanics, Asians, blacks. It's a mix of historically minority communities. It's never just black people. That's why it
I'm not
pisses me off
saying
when
it's
people say,
100% black people, but
"Well,
like
no," but like, I think your point, the point you're arguing right now is low key kind of racist
it's
because
race. That's not
it's not.
racist to admit that. It's not racist to say that the racism is a thing.
I don't think it is. But I think
That's
that when
what
you
you're
assume
telling
that
me
black
right
people,
now.
I think it's racist to assume black people are poor. I'm not calling you racist because I know you're not.
But
But
like, it's
I
really
think it's
not
racist
to
to assume black
to.
people.
There's like hard numbers saying that like okay, like proportional to their population, there's more poor black people. That's just a
In
fact. You can't
certain
really argue with
areas,
that.
in certain areas, it's less
No,
true.
that's not how it works. You can't just look at you overall in America.
You can't look at one state and have that and say, oh, that's the whole truth for the country. You can't do that. Like if you look at
I'm
California,
not it's is the whole country I'm talking about. The numbers for the whole country show this.
no, no, no.
Yes.
Let's
Yes.
get
I
back
don't
to
know where
toxic
you're getting
masculinity.
your facts from, but you're wrong, my dude.
Let's get back to toxic masculinity because frankly we strayed off topic and look, we can go from a yes, we can go back saying yes and no to each other for 1,000 hours and nothing would change.
You're right. I mean, I'd still be right, you'd still be wrong.
I'd still
But
be right anyways, even if I was wrong, because I'm still right wing. Fuck you.
hopefully not too much.
No, I'd say I'm pretty moderate. I'm
You're
pretty
like
main. I'm pretty
you're
main.
relatively like in like the Overton window, I'd think.
I'm pretty mainstream Republican, honestly.
Yeah, you're pretty.
I mean, besides being more libertarian and I can besides being more libertarian and like social and not really social but economics.
Yeah, I took the political compass again. I think I
I
shifted like
don't like the
I
political
shifted like
compass.
a square and a half to the right. I don't know what that means,
The
but
political compass, I don't like it because it doesn't ask whether you want it to be legal or not. It asks whether you agree with it.
well, yeah,
So
I
I
think
personally,
that's a big criticism of the political compass test.
that's why when you sent me the 8 axis test, I thought that was a lot more representative because
Wait, eight values,
because well it was that 8 axis thing,
9 axis, or
whatever
eight
it was,
values. Those are the
8
two
values.
tests.
It was that 4 lines, liberty.
Yeah, they're like extremely similar. Just nine
But
axes, I think, has like one extra one.
that one it asks like whether you agree. I think if
I
I
think
remember.
one of them, like, there's like, I don't know, I think it's 9 axes, has like two different versions of the test. One of them has like a lot more questions. So, like, I think you could do a quick one or a
Yeah,
longer one that's more
there are a
accurate.
couple of them that I like better because they ask whether you want it to be legal or not. Because like I think the political compass was made by left wingers.
Well, yeah, I think that, I'd say like, probably like, I think it was made by like, probably some like moderately left, like not like far left,
It
but
was not made by right wing people because it just hurts. It says all people like it says everyone with like every like religious person is like a fascist. That's basically what it says.
I mean, like,
Because
most religious people are
when I
traditionalists,
say
so.
that I personally oppose like when I say do you agree with gay marriage should be gay marriage is the same hetero like is the same as straight marriage and I just say disagree, it shifts me right. What
Well, that
when
is like a conservative position.
Right, but it doesn't ask me whether I think gay marriage should be legal because I don't want the government should have no control over that.
Yeah, I think
What
you
you
might
do in
get
the
into
bedroom
some
is your own
complicated
business.
things where where like you when people are married, they have like certain like legal benefits. It gets kind of complicated there because how are you gonna like the like things with like their money and stuff? It kind of gets a little
No, right.
complicated
No,
there,
that's why
but
I think the government shouldn't really be involved. I don't even think there should be marriage like
I
a
think it
legal.
gets
I don't
complicated.
think there should even be a legal definition of marriage. I think marriage should just be up to religious institutions.
Or I don't even think it has to be a religious thing. I think if you want to get married, get married. I think
Well,
you could be
I mean, are you
you
talking
could
about
be an
like eloping at a
atheist and get
courthouse?
married.
I mean, I guess you have to have some legal definition of marriage for like eloping if you're not religious. But I mean, for me, someone who is religious, I feel like I can't. It's easier for me to say
I
as
feel like
someone.
there's some like I think that like some like because there's some things involving marriage where it's like okay you're married so we're gonna like they kind of have like a thing where they get certain like benefits over like economic things where it's kind of overall helpful for those people.
That's true.
So I think that part is good, but I think that like there's a lot of dumb, way too complicated shit that goes into the government getting involved in that. That I think that a lot of those things are pretty bad, and pretty cringe.
You know what? I've had trouble kind of not expressing, but explaining. Like when people say what, I remember, I don't want to get political. I just want to tell a story about this.
We're getting political,
People,
okay?
No.
This whole thing is political.
Oh right, yeah. That's kind of what I do.
It's what we're. Why wouldn't we get political on a political
That's why we're
podcast?
friends. That's kind of why we're friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember people used to ask me, why does anyone need an AK-47? And I used to say oh, self-defense. They're like, well, you
For
need
the proletarian revolution, am I right, brother?
Well, actually, I was gonna say to protect it in case the government encroaches on your freedom. But
yeah, like trying to prevent a proletarian revolution.
Or trying to take away the freedom of religion.
Or a proletarian revolution.
Or a proletarian revolution, whatever. I know that socialists are just as pro-Second Amendment as us Republicans. So that's one thing where we do agree. I think that there are actually a lot of things that our sides do agree with.
Are you a horseshoe theory dude now?
What?
Do you believe the horseshoe theory?
What is that?
It's like saying, it's like the shape of the horseshoe. So it's like the left
right,
and the right are
it's not
are like the same, and the center is the only, and they're both equally bad, and center is good. Is basically the dumb.
Yeah, no, I didn't know it was called that, but yeah, I do know about that.
Would you agree with that, or you think that's stupid?
I don't know. I think where our side mostly agree is limited government stuff.
Well, I think that there's politics is a lot more complicated than people like to think. Like people love to simplify things.
I don't think it is though.
I think it's extremely complicated because
I don't think so, because what's complicated about it?
Well, I think most people in America and even the world don't really understand left versus right, what makes something left wing. Like most people think it's the same as the authoritarian / libertarian, but that's wrong. You could be left wing and be anti-authoritarian. People think that, okay, the left means more government, the right means less government, but historically that's not true in the slightest.
I mean,
Hitler was a right winger.
I think Hitler was more
no, economically he was more. He was just
Hitler was a political moderate.
He was just he was extremely right wing socially,
but
very very extreme.
He was more left of center.
No, I'd say he was maybe slightly right of center economically,
but
extremely authoritarian.
I actually think he was left of center politically.
I think he's barely right of center.
No, I think the reason I would say he was left of center is because he's not left wing enough that he wants less government, but he's left wing enough he wants more government. But
that's not how it works though.
Right, but if you want,
that's just authoritarian. You could be authoritarian right or left. That has nothing to do with the
right. But I hate when people call Hitler right wing, and I hate when people say racism's a right wing problem. I don't think
it is though. Come on.
No, do you know how many people on the left, left wing people are racist?
I mean, I'm not saying there's no
minorities. They're racist against for example, Jews. For example, white people. They're racist against different people, but they're still racist.
I don't think that's true at all.
Oh my God, you don't think that's true?
No.
Have you ever heard the progressives talk about Israel and Jews? Look at Ilhan Omar saying Israel is deceiving the public and stuff like that, and you can't say.
I don't think that's anti-Semitic. I think that's
Oh come on,
anti-Zionist maybe. Yeah, actually anti-Zionist.
But I think there's one thing when I think you can have logical. I think you can have genuine disagreements with the government of Israel, but when you say that Jews don't deserve a state,
I don't think any group of people deserves a state. That's my thing, and I'm Jewish, so I can say that.
No, right, but that's different. When you say that the Jews exclusively don't deserve a state, that's anti-Semitic.
So you're saying that you should have to follow it up with, but I think no other groups of people should get a state either.
Well, no, but that's not what I'm saying. But if you think no one should, that's egalitarian.
That's what most left-wing people think, though.
No, that's not, because they
It
think
is.
they see Israel's the oppressors, and therefore
They
you
are
should.
oppressors along with other places that also are bad
Oh,
states,
come
like
on.
America.
White people are. Do you know? Like they see Christian people as like. You know how like oppressed Christian people are in, like, for example, the Middle East. Besides Israel,
Well,
gay
yeah,
people are
like different countries have completely different like politics.
like.
Like
I don't want to say it now because this is like a divisive topic, but white people are kind of oppressed in South Africa.
I I don't know about that because like I feel like
I
people
the thing
a
is,
lot of
I
people a lot of people exaggerate about the things in South Africa. Like a lot of like far right people are like, see, they hate white people. The Jews are
but
at
then
it. Like I've heard people say the Jews are working with the South government to eliminate
well,
white people.
do you know how like entrenched anti-Semitism is in because
And
BDS
these were like
like
neo-Nazis saying
no
this,
wait
not
wait
like
listen to
left-wing
this because
people.
this actually circulates really well into what we're talking about. BDS, Boycott, Divest, and Sanction, is a prominent anti-Israel, anti-Semitic group. Like they publish anti-Semitic cartoons. They're very they say Jews run the world, like the classic anti-Semitic trope, like Elders of Zion, Adolf Hitler type junk. They say that type of shit, and
I
they call
haven't seen
Israel
that, so I can't make a.
no, but that's like an actual thing they do.
Yeah,
But they call
I'll
Israel
have
an
to
apartheid
look it
state.
up. Put it on my list of things I have to look up. That
Look
list is
up
like
BDS.
500 pages long now.
They call look up BDS.
I've
But
heard of them, but I've heard a lot of like I've heard
but let me
like a
finish. They
lot
call
of
Israel.
bullshit from both sides with BDS because
Yeah,
like I don't know what to believe.
no, I know, but they call Israel an apartheid state, so that gets people, like especially black people in South Africa, really motivated to join it and be anti-Israel. So Jews in South Africa are flocking out of there, like they're leaving. Same with Europe, for example. You have like I don't want to say Muslims, but Muslims going in from they're not assimilating. That's basically the problem. I'm there's no like I think any religion can fundamentally assimilate if they want to. Anyone can assimilate if they want to, but they have to want to. And I think immigrants should assimilate. I don't think there's I
I actually don't think any you should have to assimilate. I think that especially in
I think
America.
I think America is different because America is a melting pot. I don't
Well,
think
I
there's
think
such a thing.
that's
I
how
don't
it
think in
is, but
America
I
I
feel
think
like everywhere should like do that. Like I don't think we should be able to there should be a culture of a country. I think it should be
I feel
made up
like there
of
should be though. That's one of the things that makes it a country. I mean,
not really.
I know you're
The
against
only thing that makes
you're
a
against the
country is
nation.
it's is the
I mean, but
imaginary
you're against
lines
the
in the
nation state.
sand. Let's
But
be
like,
real.
what's your point? You're against the nation state in general. So why are you arguing about it?
What do you
Why do
mean?
you have an opinion on this if you're against the nation state in general?
I don't understand the point. Just
But you're
I,
against the nation state, so why do you care about a nation state's culture if you don't want one?
no, because I think I care about things that are happening, and I don't like people having to like be a certain way just because they're living us in a certain place. I think that culture, I think it makes the world better if like everybody has their own like as long as like I don't want people to do things that are like hurt other people. If you're not hurting anybody and like and then sharing those cultural elements with other people and then those people can adopt those cultural elements and it's
But
all like a
that's the
mutual.
thing. That's the thing. The part of culture that's taught in the Middle East that Jews are pigs, that Jews run the world. That is fundamentally hurting people. That
Exactly. So I think that when
cannot
people we need to make sure
even
that
if you're
that
against assimilation, even like if people like you are against assimilation, you have to admit you have to get rid of those ideals before you walk into.
obviously we should make like it we should try to like take the good parts of every culture because
I agree. I agree. But
almost
assimilation.
every culture has something good. If like there's no like
No,
culture
I
that's
agree. No,
100% bad.
but let me finish because I think America is
Bullshit.
argument for because we're both American. We have a different view than like Europeans would have. America is a melting pot. So is Canada. So are basically just American Canada.
That's one of the few things I actually like about America. I have a lot of problems with America, but I love that like how
Like everything is
yeah.
American. Everything is eventually American.
Like if you live here, you're American. Like
Right. But like the thing is there's certain that's why assimilation's like not a big like it is a big deal here in America, but like it's a lot easier than like in European countries. Because like in European countries, like it's such like a culture shock. Like you come from like say Saudi Arabia where women are expected to cover up and you know well except in like some major cities like something Jeddah and Riyadh, they're allowed to
yeah, I
be a
don't know
lot
shit about the Middle East.
to be a lot more
Middle
there
East.
I think they're allowed to be allowed to be a lot less modest. But then you come here and like say for an example Pakistan, that's a big thing. A big thing there is child marriages, and then they come to Britain and they groom and they rape children in gangs. That's a part
Wait,
of
did
the
you
thing.
know that like child marriage is actually like people don't know this? Like, there's like a lot of it is like happening here in America, but people don't really like notice. Like in a lot of countries, states, like there's like people getting like there's like laws that like in like almost half of the states I think there's laws that saying that like with a parent's consent like a kid can get married. Like it's really fucked up.
It's
Look it
not a
up.
kid. I think it's 16. I think it's 16.
No, I heard stories of like 11-year-old girls like having their parents consent to marrying them off. It's in this country, like the United States of America. It's super fucked up. Like people think, oh,
I
that's
really
just
don't think
something
that's
that
an
happens in
America.
other
I really don't
countries.
think. I think that must be an immigrant thing. I really.
No, it's like not they're not these are like
But the thing
people
is,
born in America, where parents were also born in America, and
I
they're
mean, I'm
like,
not sure if this is just me being at fault for being around more people who are born. I'm around plenty of immigrants, but I honestly, I logically thinking, I would see that as more of a problem with immigrants coming to America and marrying their kids off. I would not
but
see
it's
that as,
not immigrants doing that.
huh?
I said it's not the immigrants doing that.
I mean, I guess it isn't, but I would, I mean, that's what I would think it is.
But it's not. You can't just make up the facts to.
I know I'm not making it up. I'm just saying that's what I would have assumed.
Well, you assumed wrong.
And it's not. I'm not disagreeing with you. I don't know.
Like I've seen like the
I'm
news
not
reports and
disagreeing with you.
everything. Looked at like the from all
I
sorts of
guess I'm wrong.
sources.
I don't know. That's just what I would thought because I mean, you can ask. My ancestors came here in 1886 and 1903. They took about a generation or two to assimilate, and even then, my grandparents still spoke Yiddish to me, and that's why I still don't speak perfect English. uh, yeah,
I don't think most people
yeah,
don't speak perfect English, to be honest. Most,
no, but
I think,
no.
yo, hot take, most Americans are stupid as fuck.
You know what's weird though? Why do Americans think English people have fancy accents? Like when you just think about it, like most of them have fucking like Cockney accents. It's like that's how it sounded. That sounded fucking Irish, and that probably sounded offensive. I'm probably gonna have what 6 million people in Ireland, about 1.5 million in Northern Ireland, and then
Do you
fucking
do you, do
six.
you, do you know about the Irish question?
I think there are a lot of them. Why the
No, you
fuck?
don't know about the Irish question. Hold up.
Like the Jewish question, but with Irish people.
It's the funniest fucking meme.
What is it?
I'm
Potatoes?
gonna pull it up on screen, okay?
Share your screen.
Hold on.
I'm going back to Minecraft. I gotta build a lighthouse.
I'm gonna pull it up. It's the funniest shit.
The Irish question.
It's like a really long meme. I need to find it because
Have you
it's
ever heard of the aristocrats? It's a long joke, but it's funny. I need a haircut. Look at this. I look like John Oliver, like when he first came to fucking America.
did you hear that he's like a citizen now recently?
He's been here for over a decade.
Oh, it's called the Hibernian Conspiracy.
Hibernians.
It's
That
like a
sounds
really
like that sounds like some posh shit. Like
no Hibernian is like a really old word they used to call Irish people.
no. I do know that. I do know that, but I still think it's like some really fancy shit. That's probably what some like eugenicists said. It's probably
Like, hold on, let me.
no fucking. Oh my god. Like, shit. I'm in it. I'm eating that goddamn spinach. Yeah. So did you see the new biome in Minecraft?
Which one? The Delta?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lit.
Fucking awesome.
Hold on, I'm getting the Hibernian question.
I do like that the soul sand biome because now I don't have to farm skeletons. I can just mine bone blocks.
Okay, wait, can I? How do I'm gonna share my screen.
Yeah, you fucking idiot. What? What the fuck? Hibernian conspiracy?
Hibernian, hold on.
Protocols of the Elder Druni.
Look, the list of
Protocols
U.S. presidents with Irish blood.
Elders of Hibernia.
Look, the list of U.S. presidents with Irish blood. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's,
All of them, even Obama. Yeah, Obama's white. Makes sense.
I mean, apparently those, like,
Wait, click on the protocols of the Druidic elders of Hibernia.
oh, I don't know how to, hold on.
You know what? You know what pisses me off though? I'm looking at Fox News. I hate when people call Fox News fake, but then trust CNN and MSNBC like so much.
But I don't trust, like, most, I think, I don't even think it's a left-right thing about, like, the media. I think most, like, a lot of, well, I think a lot of young people, like, don't trust, like, don't do, like, watch, like, the news on TV.
I mean, I honestly trust Fox more than most networks.
Maybe I don't think, like, I've, like, only watched, like Fox News,
maybe it's
CNN.
because I agree with them more. Maybe it's because they have more like sources in their stuff. But I don't know. Wait. Scroll up a bit. The whole Celtic race is addicted to religious ritual. Consequently, those suffering from serious maladies are subject to the perils of battle sacrifice human victims. They need some. That doesn't. Is there?
Wait.
No.
George Bush Jr. and his father attending the Grove, an important part of the Druidic practice.
It's a hard word to say. Oh wait, scroll up again.
Okay, it's just a dumb meme.
Some weave huge figures of wicker and fill their limbs with humans, who are then burned to death. They need some proper punctuation in here. Oh, it's bad to read. Who are then burned to death when the figures are set afire. They suppose that the gods prefer this execution to be applied. Does that say thieves? To thieves, robbers, and other malefactors taken from the act. Is that saying malefactors? That seems like it. Malefactors, yeah, taken in the act, but in default of such, they resort to the execution of the innocent. I promise I'm good at reading. It just
so the whole Irish question thing is like supposed to be like making fun of like the neo-Nazis and their Jewish question shit. Like that's the whole point of this, like because everyone like.
You ever realize that like maybe we do control the world, just we haven't been inducted yet?
Yo, I wish, bruh. If I could control the world.
If I could control the weather, I'd make snow days. Like it snowed like for about last 2 days, didn't it? No. And that was some weird shit.
Yeah. Like it's so weird. Like it's like I feel like the whole world is like gone. Like in like I feel like the world is like ending. But
I don't know. Like how do you think Trump's been doing a good job with this? Because I think he has, honestly.
I don't, not at all. But the American people tend to disagree with me, so the majority at least.
Majority of them think he's doing a fine job.
I know. I don't think that's true, but you know what? Like I said, Americans are idiots. What can you do?
But what would you have done different, honestly? What would you have done different?
Me? Well, yeah. First of all, I wouldn't know.
He shut down the country as soon as other countries did, because he didn't want to shut down the country unnecessarily. As soon as like the intelligence told him to, he did. What?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't have ever fired the pandemic response team, who was.
You wouldn't have fired a pandemic response team.
No, Trump did back in like 2018. He did. It's like a fact. Like he fired them.
Okay, but the materials they prepared for obviously are still there. It's not like they took them with them.
Well, he doesn't. There's not like a team who's like. There's not a government team whose job is to like help with this. So that kind of made things worse.
Do you realize this happens once in about every? This doesn't happen a lot. I think, honestly, he couldn't have expected this to happen. Honestly,
well, he shouldn't have fired that group because they're like really
a thing
important.
Like this hasn't happened in a century or two. Like it seemed unnecessary at the time. Like I don't fault him for that. It seemed
I think that's an important thing to have for a country, especially a country as big as ours. I think that's like a necessity.
But hindsight's always 20/20. What do you expect of him?
I expect him to not have fucking fired them.
Okay. You're telling me
Maybe instead of firing them, he should have maybe not increased the budget of the
You really
military
don't
by $1
think that
billion.
you really think
More
that
than
they
that,
took
that's an
everything they
understatement.
prepared for with them?
Trillions of
No, they
dollars.
obviously left the things that they were preparing for. Like they obviously were still like had the things that they're like. Say they wrote like a report how to prepare for it. They didn't take it with them. They kept it. It's not like they burned it. They still had it. I'm sure they were using everything they left.
There's not like a government team to help with this anymore. That's what
There is though. They had the pandemic response team.
they had.
Well, there's still actually the pandemic response team with Mike Pence and Birx and Fauci.
Oh, is that his? Yeah, that's what
Do you
they
think
called.
Fauci's doing a good job?
Who?
Fauci.
I don't know very much about him.
He's the guy that's like, I forget what his position is in government. He's basically like the main guy everyone's talking about.
Everyone's like, because you know how like in New York, like that's like the big place in America.
But
People
you know
are
what's
all like,
funny though? Gavin Newsom and Andrew Cuomo both like Gavin Newsom's pretty far left, and Andrew Cuomo is like a mainline Democrat. They're all praising Trump. They're all thanking Trump, and like people are pissed at them, like because they're acknowledging that Trump has been trying to help and he's been doing a good job.
I mean,
Like, did you
I
see
don't
the
like.
media?
I'm sad that I don't get a stimulus check because I'm listed as a dependent.
Did you hear what's been going on with CNN? They've been like flashing away. They've been trying to like blame Trump for this when people have been trying to praise him.
I don't watch CNN. I ain't gonna lie.
I know, but like this is like a big thing because they're like stopping the thing when they're like when he's like saying, "Oh, this isn't true."
Wait.
That.
This reminds me of like a thing like an old like from a few months ago, like a month ago or something.
What?
Hold on. It's funny.
You know, it'd be hilarious though.
Remember, this is what happened a while, like a month or two ago. Like that made me think, like, oh my god, they weren't even trying to hide it.
Wait, what does the L stand?
I don't fucking know. Corona, maybe.
Wait, you use Yahoo?
I don't know why my computer is just automatically like when I type things into the search bar.
Oh, it's because. Like, oh god.
I don't know why it did that, but.
Yahoo. Oh god.
Maybe Yahoo is trying to hack my computer.
I don't know.
Because they don't have anyone using they don't have anyone using.
I'm calling coronavirus a CCP sneeze, and you can't stop me.
I mean, if I was gonna use one of the names, I would do the Kung Flu because that one's funny. I don't like using that. I like calling just like
we talked about did we talk about this last week?
We really did, so we don't have to do that again.
I know, but like I thought this CCP sneeze, and I thought that's funny.
I've seen a lot of Trump supporters like who are saying like, yeah, don't listen to the government. Go out. Don't follow protocol. Like, you finna die, bro. What is you doing?
No, but like those protesters in like fucking Michigan, like I think they have a legitimate claim.
I think that like
I think there
should not be going out right now.
There's some validness in their argument because like when you have heart surgery listed as non-essential but abortion as essential, I feel like there's a fucking discrepancy somewhere.
I think that like in like extreme circumstances you can leave, but I don't think people should be able to go out just because like, oh, I feel like going out. The government can't tell me what to do. I'm American. I don't give a fuck.
No, right, but like I feel like there's some legitimate grievances because they have fucking abortion listed as essential, but they have heart surgery listed as non-essential. Wouldn't you be kind of
like I feel like there's a lot more than that's probably just like a
no, that's a real thing.
More details
in Michigan. That's a real thing. Look it up in Michigan.
It might be like that, like on the surface, but there might be like more like extra details that
Look it up. In Michigan's a real thing, buddy.
Okay, I might later, but I feel like there's like a lot more nuance to that.
Look, what do you think is more important? Heart surgery or abortion?
Depends on the circumstances.
Heart surgery or abortion?
Depends on the circumstances. There could be a
dude,
I'm telling you.
heart surgery or abortion, you're saying, listen to the circumstances.
Well, because there's a lot of, like, a heart surgery can be, like, there's a lot of different types of heart surgeries, you know? There's a lot of different
Any kind of
circumstances
heart
that lead to
surgery is fucking
abortions. Like,
essential to the heart.
some,
Dude,
yeah, but
dude,
some
the
people could
fucking
die
heart.
from, like, some pregnancies are, like, really
Dude.
dangerous.
Dude, it's a heart.
Yeah.
I don't
But,
think
like, I feel like there's some, like,
don't
where
think
you,
they're
like,
gonna
really
have
need this
surgery
abortion.
on
If
a
you're gonna
heart.
die from, like, childbirth, like if you're, like, 11 and you're pregnant from getting raped.
Okay, hold up.
Like I
In
said,
a
it depends on the
national
circumstance.
crisis, we care more about abortion than people with heart problems.
It
Dude,
depends on the heart problem. Heart problems is such a
look,
wide,
I
like,
don't think doctors are going willy-nilly giving surgeries because they feel like it. I feel like anytime they're doing a heart surgery, it's pretty essential. You know, I don't know. That's just my gut instinct. Maybe I'm just being a fucking liberal about this. I don't know. Maybe I'm being stupid. I don't know.
because I don't know the certain, like, of that rule.
Would you,
Like it could be
okay,
like, okay, maybe like it could be there's a certain type of like a certain level of like complication, like health things that are like, okay,
look, I don't think
good, like
doctors are really.
some things that you might be okay, you'll be able to make it if you wait a little bit.
Listen to yourself.
I am I'm just not looking at things like a fucking idiot, black and white. It's a lot of times things are more complicated
Look, you
than
really
just,
think
oh,
doctors are
there's
going to
such a hypocrite.
unnecessarily operate on a heart? It's a heart, dude. You know how risky that shit is?
Yeah,
You
and
one
like
fuck up and they're dead.
a lot of people, like there are people with like minor heart problems though, like minor heart
Right,
problems
but
that
those
like
don't require surgery.
some of them do just to like fix it though.
If it's
Sometimes,
minor, then they're not going to operate.
I mean, not in this pandemic, but I feel like there's like certain things
Look,
like,
no.
let's say if you have a
They're
heart,
never. If it's so minor that it's not going to kill them,
well, it doesn't
then
have to
they're
be
not going to do
like
shit.
super, but like let's say like, okay, you don't have to get the surgery right now. We can, like, if they can survive, if there's a way for them to like make it, like I feel like then that's perfectly reasonable. Like if
Look,
they're not gonna
okay,
die.
but would you rather? Okay, so say you. I just don't see how heart surgery is less important than an abortion.
I can see certain circumstances where they could be like around
Look,
equal.
abortion should really only be legal if it's going to kill the mother. Because at that point, you want to take the lesser of two evils and you want at least one person to survive.
Well, I mean, there would be one person surviving either way, right? Like if the mom was gonna die from the pregnancy, the baby usually lives from that. So like,
We're not talking about. I mean, just like
I mean, but like you said something dumb.
but I still feel like there are legitimate grievances that these people need to figure out because these, but like what's going on now is these people like are taking like this opportunity to like seize power, and it fucking terrifies me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's like we really should, like,
Maybe
people
it's
should
the
not
right
be going
thing in
out though.
the
Like it's
beginning,
a
but
big,
I
it's
just
like
maybe
a
it's
lot
the
of
right.
people are downplaying the shit out of the coronavirus. Like people don't.
Well, I feel like it's not as serious as some people are making it out to be. It's not like a fucking World War Z.
I mean,
But
like we could be out like by like I feel like if we like do good, we could, like, if we do the best we can right now, we'll probably be done with this shit by like June if we do good.
or even earlier, honestly, even
Honestly,
earlier.
if Americans, I mean, I don't know what I expected. Americans, like I said, they're stupid. They're gonna fuck
Trump
up.
is saying that we could be like reopened in May. I think that's what he said.
That I think they're just saying that just to like make people less concerned, because that's what people do like on the media. They're always like, oh
No,
yeah,
but they're
like
saying like May 1st. I mean, I would probably trust that.
that's what the Ohio governor
New
Mike
York
DeWine
are
said. But I think
the
he's saying that. I
cases,
think he's gonna extend it because he's trying not to like scare people. I
the
think that's
number
what,
of cases in New York is already going down. So I feel like yeah, the rest of the country
like,
is
I feel
probably.
like I've looked at like I don't know, like I feel like the worldwide cases, it's kind of flattening out.
Oh no! Don't look at those worldwide cases. The WHO is the Chinese propaganda like mouthpiece.
No, it's
They
not.
literally they trust the Chinese government's numbers. Like I don't like. You
What
really
else are they supposed to do? Not report them at
the
all?
Chinese government just edited their numbers and like made it like drastically higher.
Well,
You
well,
really trust the
what would you
communist?
expect them to do? How
No,
else
no,
are they
no,
supposed to get the numbers
Jeff.
from the
Would
countries?
you really trust a communist authoritarian regime to tell the
I mean,
truth?
I don't
No.
know who, like, what else, how else are we going to get the numbers? Like, they're the
The
ones.
CIA, they're literally estimations and like data coming out from
Yeah,
Wuhan
but
that
it's
like
estimations. Like, we
46,000
can't, like,
just in Wuhan alone have
it's
been
their
dead.
government, so they, like, have the specific numbers.
They're an authority. They lie, dude.
No, but there's nothing we can do to,
How do you
like,
think authoritarians stay in power? They lie.
I know, yeah, people lie. A lot of governments lie, politicians
Look,
lie. I know, but, like, what you
United
expect them to
Nations, which
do?
the United States should not even be a part of. I would love the United States to leave the United Nations. Honestly,
Okay, but, like, what would we do? Like, how would we get the numbers for China?
the
Like,
CIA already has the numbers.
like, how did they get the numbers though? Or are you just gonna like, how did they get them?
The
What's their
CIA use
method?
satellite. They use social media, and they use data from the Wuhan crematoriums.
Okay, well, why do you trust the CIA and not the Chinese, huh? I'm just using your logic because if you can't
No,
just
are you
pick and
kidding
choose.
me, dude? You're supporting authoritarian
I'm not.
communism.
I'm saying we should question everyone.
You're a democratic socialist. You hate them as much as I do.
I do. I'm not saying we should trust China. I'm not saying we should immediately trust them. I'm not saying we should immediately distrust them.
advocating? Then why are you saying we should trust them?
I'm not saying
Trust
that.
their numbers.
I'm saying that we shouldn't distrust them or trust them. I think we should be neutral
We should
until we have
distrust
proof that they're
them.
lying, or we have, like,
It's
you
what
know how they're
communism
getting the
does.
numbers.
It lies. It
But we
lies.
don't know how do you, what makes you so sure that they're lying?
What if they told the truth? They lied about SARS. They lied about. China's lied about every disease that's come from there.
Okay, but you don't know that they're lying. It's just you're just doing a conspiracy.
Jack. It's not like we're figuring out. It's not like you're figuring out dark matter here. We're figuring out. Oh, did China lie? Yes.
But you don't. How do you? What proof do you have that they're, like, fudging the numbers or whatever? Are there, like, documents saying that, or you just have a feeling?
Social media, Chinese crematoriums. There are maps of emissions that, like, I think it's like sulfur dioxide. That's just what I think of. That's what I remember off the top of my head.
And you know what? I admit that it could be true, but you can't just look.
It
That's
comes out
not
from
like
cremated
evidence,
bodies, and like the
though.
number of that is like a shit ton times higher right now. And you really think of China with all its suppressing of information, with its arresting people that warn about it, and then having a much time to react to it as the rest of the world.
I'm not saying they're telling the truth. Don't make it sound like that.
Then why are you playing devil's advocate for a fucking authoritarian repressive regime?
I'm not. I'm saying that if you actually want to, like, how do you know that you can't really, like, have
We
that,
do know
like, you
they're
can't
lying.
you can say I think we should
We're not trying
question
to figure-
China.
We're not trying to figure out the makeup of the universe here. We're saying that China lies.
I know, but, like, if you're saying I think we should question, like, the way people get their numbers, and we should question that for all the countries, like, I can agree with that. We should have, like, reasonable suspicion. But if you're saying, oh, it's China, they're lying, automatically they're lying. There's nothing like
Well,
if
what
you.
did they tell the truth about?
I mean, I'm sure.
What reason do they give us for what reason do we have for us to believe them?
I'm saying we should have a healthy level of suspicion, a healthy level, not a ridiculous, like, but we shouldn't just have that for China. We should have that for everywhere. We should be.
I agree, but this place deserves a lot more suspicion than other countries.
I mean, yeah, it is probably one of the worst off countries, but, like.
No, it is the worst off countries. How do you think this started? It was either one, a Chinese bioweapon escaping from a Wuhan lab.
It was just like a nat. It was a nat. Okay, I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm sorry.
That the citizens are eating bats.
Okay, it was someone got it from a fish market. That's it. There was a disease from a fish in a fish market.
It was not a fish market. It was a wet market selling exotic animals, or it was from a bio lab.
It was not from a bio lab. That's 100%.
Yes, it was. All the evidence is pointing to it.
And what evidence? What evidence?
I'm gonna screen share. Look, this is not like conspiracy. This is not.
Sure as fuck sounds like it.
This is not conspiracy. Major news outlets are reporting. Would you trust ABC News?
I'm not. Do they link sources? Because I'm not, like.
Yes.
Usually, what are they like? Tell me their linked
Press the link
sources.
sources. Look at this. Is it up?
Give it a second. It usually takes a few.
This
It's not
isn't.
popping up. Oh, there it is. There it is. Like,
Is
so
it?
what are their sources?
There it is.
But like, where
Wait,
they get like?
Fox News. You don't like Fox News? Okay, New York
No,
Post.
I'm just saying. Like, you could give me any. You could give me them. But like, usually the newspaper or the like CNN, New York
I
Post,
know. I'm
Washington
looking for
Times.
sources. I'm looking for sources.
Yeah, like they're not the
Okay.
sources. They
Okay.
link the
Hold up.
sources.
Hold up. Hold up. Listen. Look at this. Look at this. Read this. The only level 4 microbiology lab able to equip my coronaviruses is in Wuhan. That doesn't sound suspicious at all to you.
Where do they get that information from?
Oh.
Like, what are their like?
You don't think that's a bit suspicious?
I'm not. But they usually like go to like at the bottom. Is there like saying where they get their info from?
I'm trying. I'm trying to find the most reputable source I can. But no, it wasn't made in a lab, but it escaped. We're not saying it's made in a lab. Coronavirus biolab escape. Live science.
Okay, what I don't think that does like I don't know. I don't believe it. I'm sorry. Like
It's not like it's a conspiracy thing though.
it really sounds like a conspiracy. I'm sorry,
Oh,
bro.
come on.
Bro,
Dude.
how does that not sound like a conspiracy?
Okay. Maybe it isn't true. I'm fine. You know what? Maybe it is a conspiracy. Maybe I bought into it.
I think it's just a virus that happened to start in China. Why does it have to be like a government conspiracy?
Here. But it did not come from a fish market. It came.
I didn't know specifically where.
It came from someone eating bats.
I'm pretty sure
you don't
that was
think
like
that's messed up. A country.
I'm pretty sure that's not true.
This is why we shouldn't trust the Chinese government, because they rule the country in such an iron fist. Because the populace is so poor, they have to eat bats. They have to sell test animals on the side to make ends meet, and then they eat those animals.
I'm like 99% sure it just came from like a little market. I don't know if it was specifically a fish market.
It came from a wet market. It came from no. This is like actually accepted coronavirus wet market. This is actually like. This is actually
but
like
it wasn't.
accepted.
It's probably just like a natural virus that just came that like an animal got that transmitted to humans.
Look,
and
when you have major people, that's fucking Minecraft. When you have major people all over advocating for the shutdown of major world leaders who have the best intelligence available, advocating for the shutdown worldwide of wet markets, I don't think it's dumb to assume. And plus, that's literally what China is saying, that it came from a wet market.
Okay, just because China's saying it doesn't automatically make it not true.
No, before China started saying that this came from America, they admitted it came from the wet market in Wuhan.
Yeah, they're probably lying about a bunch of stuff. It's fucking China.
It did not come from a fish market. It came from a wet market of people eating bats. Like, okay, I don't get how you're defending it.
I'm not defending.
Then anything. Why are you?
I'm saying that we should really like. I'm coming from an anti-conspiracy point of view.
Government. I don't get it. Why would you?
Not. When did I say we should trust an authoritarian government?
You said we should. You said we shouldn't doubt them.
I'm saying that we should have a healthy level of suspicion.
Right, and I'm suspicious that.
And I'm not saying we should say something's fact unless it is.
Dude, where do you think I came from then? Why do you think we're stuck in here? Do you think China should be punished for this, by the way? Let's just get off the top.
I mean, punished for what? Like,
China
they didn't create it.
Evidence. Like, literally.
If there's like...
Anthony Fauci said that if China gave out, like, research, that we could have saved lives. U.S. lives, American lives... American citizens are dead because of China. There should be some sort of punishment for that. They were hiding evidence. They were.
If you could find, we don't know, if they have, if there's documentation that says China's lied about this, then I think it's perfect.
Anthony Fauci said that. The head of coronavirus in America. Anthony Fauci. I know you're not into like, I know you're not invested in the story, but Anthony Fauci is the guy to listen to. People on the left and right listen to him.
No, I don't care if the left, right. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I give a fuck about is there like if they find like documentation, like the files that say show them like reporting the numbers wrong.
He's yelled at Trump repeatedly for saying conspiracy theories.
Okay, I don't give a fuck who he yells at. Okay, I'm sorry. If they can find evidence, I
just because it's a Republican doesn't mean they're lying, Jack.
What?
Just because they're a Republican doesn't mean they're lying.
I never said that. I'm saying we need evidence. Like if there's evidence.
There is evidence. How much more evidence do you want?
I need like real evidence and not just like
there is evidence.
What evidence? All I've heard is you saying certain people saying certain things.
By certain people, I mean the head medical doctor of the coronavirus task force. I'm sorry if that's just somebody abstract, but I think they're at least marginally credible.
I don't know, because I need
you don't.
I think we agree that like if it's true, like if it's true, like if it's true that China's like, if we can find proof that they're doing this, I'm all for like doing something to like say to punish for some sort of punishment.
Let's just throw aside that it might have come from a lab. Let's just throw aside that it came from a wet market. What happened? This is not what might have happened. What happened is they suppressed information that could have saved lives across the world.
Yeah, and if they did, I don't have any problem.
No, that is not an if. It's a fact. Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, I haven't seen the evidence. So if
it's because you haven't been It's because you admitted yourself you don't really know much about it.
I don't know much about like a specific. I know a lot of things about like.
But here's what. No, Jack. I don't think you understand what you're doing. You're saying, "Oh, there's not. I don't know if there's evidence." Well, you haven't. Well, you.
I've tried to look. I've seen a lot of conspiracy.
No,
I've
Jack.
Seen a
you
lot
of
just.
You haven't been looking.
I have been looking a little bit. Like, I haven't been spending like hours, but like I've been trying to like see the data.
Take it from someone who has been.
Who?
Me.
Well, like you just expect me to like believe you?
If I get this, I could die.
I get it, but like I just need proof. Like if you could give me that proof.
The government.
That's not like that's not evidence.
What more do you want than 100 governments around the world? What more do you want from governments? What more? When Iran and the United States agree on something, it's a fact, Jack. It's a fact. When Iran and the United States agree on something, it is a fact, okay?
That's not how it works.
Yes, it is. They agree on. Oh my God, Jack.
If there's evidence, then I support it.
There is evidence. You just said you haven't been looking, Jack.
I said I have been looking a little bit. I admit that I could.
You're pissing me off, Jack. I've never been this angry at you. You're pissing me off.
I'm saying that, like, if, like, just show me evidence and I'll like, just like, legitimate evidence that isn't from, like, the government.
China suppressing facts is an autofill on Google.
Like, is there, like, documentation that shows it?
Not surprising facts, suppressing.
Surprising facts.
It auto-corrected, yeah.
Did you spell suppressing with the wrong amount of S's?
Real Clear Politics, that's nonpartisan, right?
I mean, I don't know. I don't really.
I think they're actually more left leaning.
They're like centrist, I think. I don't know if I trust
them. I'm gonna use them.
Like, well, I just want like is there like a like?
Let me just.
Like, is there like a that's not really like a website isn't really like, where do they get, like, do they have like someone was there an investigation on China that someone did? Because if there wasn't, there's no way for us to know.
Investigation, the whole CIA was in this. Here. Actually, I'm gonna do CNN.
Okay, well, I don't trust CNN, so like, what is the source in there? Like, where do they?
No. I'm gonna look for their sources because actually, their sources when it comes from like China are actually
Okay, I
pretty
feel like we're
accurate.
going in circles. So can we? I think we should move on because I feel like
Yeah,
we're
let's
just
switch to a
arguing
different topic.
past
Honestly,
each
I'm
other.
bored.
Like, I feel like, yeah, I feel like we're just
Most
arguing.
most of the listeners probably aren't listening anymore, anyways. Honestly,
Bold of you to assume they were at the beginning. Kidding.
well, do you two assume we have any?
Yeah,
I like how we just yell at each other and just joke right after.
I feel like people like that though. I feel like people like the kind of internet blood sport debating type thing.
I don't
Like,
even
just
think it's blood sport. I just think we're genuinely hate each other's politics.
yeah, but like people like that shit. Like, people really like that.
Do they? I don't know.
From what I've seen, I mean, that shit's get. I think that shit's get
How many likes
tough.
does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know.
That's facts right there. No printer.
Stop it. I hate
Okay.
you.
Anyway, so you want to move on to SJWs because I thought that was gonna
I
be.
hate them.
What is an SJW though? That's the real question.
Social justice warrior.
Yeah, but
I
like,
don't even think they're like a bigger problem anymore. They just piss me off.
I feel like they were never a big problem. I feel like they were completely blown up for no reason.
Right? No, I agree. It's just like the fact that they ever just piss me off pisses me off.
Like, I feel like people put like, and I feel like at this point, I don't. You're probably gonna disagree with it, but I feel like the people who are like the people who call themselves anti-SJWs, they've kind of gone full circle, and they're just as ridiculous as the SJWs in
No, I
2020.
don't think so.
I've seen them like just say the most ridiculous shit. Like
I think they have legitimate criticisms. I don't think
they early up, maybe in like at the beginning, but like now, like I feel like it's just they're the two like ridiculous groups, like the
oh, come on.
SJWs.
You can't just throw aside everything you disagree with as being ridiculous now,
No,
can you?
like the SJWs, it's not that like I can see what points they're trying to make. I think that they come to the wrong conclusions.
Who, the SJWs or the
Yeah, I
people
think
that?
that they like see the problems. They just
Well,
have
aren't you
ridiculous
border?
solutions.
Well, I mean, you're a social progressive. You're a borderline SJW.
I'm I think social justice is an important thing. I'm not, but I
I
like
don't like the term social justice, honestly.
it's like an academic thing though. It's not like a fake thing that people just
No,
make
no,
up.
no, no. I know what social justice is. I just don't like the term because it implies that society is not just already.
What you think society is just? What world are you living in?
I think most people are inherently good.
I think power corrupts, and that's why
Well, I don't think
society
most
runs.
people are powerful. I think most people are not powerful.
Yeah,
So I don't think.
but the powerful people have a lot of power,
Oh,
and
come
you know
on.
what? That's why we don't
That's
live in a
just
perfect
as
world.
conspiratorial. This you can't throw aside everything that you can't just say, oh, that it's being corrupted. Like, come on, dude. You know how ridiculous.
Well, do you want like specific examples of how America's corrupt?
I mean,
So
I
I
can
can
give
give
you
you them.
specific examples of every country is corrupt. No country is perfect, but I think America's the
But
best country on earth by
exactly, that's why I'm saying that like the world isn't just. I'm not specifically
well,
talking about
right, but
America.
I don't think that I don't think it should have to be fixed. What I'm saying,
Do you think what you don't think it should be fixed?
not really.
So you think that like just things are okay, people's lives are shitty, then that's just the best we could do?
I don't want to say social Darwinism because I don't like that. But
That's some borderline neo-Nazi shit, so I
no,
hope you don't.
no, it's not a race thing.
Social Darwinism is a lot of times like a
It's a
eugenicist racial
non-intervention
thing.
thing. No. That's why I said that's why I don't want to. That's why I said I don't like the term social Darwinism.
Yeah,
But
and
I
I'm glad. I don't want you to go down.
no, right. No, but like I do think survival. I do think like a non-interventionist. Like I don't know what word I can use. That's not social Darwinism, but basically non-intervention.
So you think that people like, but like the thing that makes like that's just nature. Like you think just like so you think we should? Are
Are
you? What are you
humans
like
not
an ant
natural?
prim? What?
Humans are natural. Society is a natural construct.
Society is a man-made construct.
No, society is natural. Humans have always lived in societies.
Yeah, because humans have animal. Do animals have societies?
Yes.
What? What's an animal society? Give me an example.
Well, any group of animals is a society.
That's not a society.
Okay, definition, whatever.
But like society is a thing where like it's like power structures and things like and like
There are power
cultural,
structures in animals. Are you kidding me? You
but
ever seen like a
not in the same
documentary?
way. Like they can't form like governments. Like
Dude, that's
you
the
what
dumbest thing I've ever heard.
you're saying that a squirrel can make a government.
No, but like wolves have a kind of a
They don't have
government.
they have like
They have a power
they
structure.
have minimum they have some like social interactions, but I think most like what we think of as
They
society
have a
like
do they have a social uh order?
to a certain to what extent? Like they
Any
have
extent.
they have some, but that doesn't make it a society.
Let me
Just
look up the definition of a society.
do you want me to do it?
No, I'm doing it.
Oh, okay. Screen share it so I know you're not bullshitting me.
I'm just gonna use what pops up on Google, or because that's just dictionary.com. The aggregate of people living together in more or less ordered community.
People. It's a man-made thing. It's
But
a
the
human
second,
thing.
the organization or club formed for a particular purpose or activity. I would argue that the organization of animals is a common purpose.
But they don't do it to. They don't do it like we do it though.
Yes, they do. They do it to survive. We only do it to survive.
But like
You,
do you know what makes humans different from animals? What do you think?
God created us with free will.
Okay, I don't. Do you have it like a non-religious definition, or is that your only one?
Besides, like, sentience.
Like, do you think like how we like?
Wait,
I think
what do you mean
cooperation.
besides?
I think there if
Animals
humans would not
cooperate all the
be
time. Have
humans.
you ever heard of symbiosis? You ever took middle school biology, 5th grade biology?
Yeah, that's not like between like that's different. That's not what I'm talking
Is it?
about.
How?
The reason humans are like biologically humans are not like that like like good. Like we're kind of built like we're not that great. We're kind of shit animals to be honest.
What do you mean?
We like we're not super fast. We're not super strong. Like we have good big brains. That's pretty much it.
We're
And the
super
big
smart. That makes up for everything. We can make.
exactly. And what do we use?
We figured out how to adapt. We built
And you
cars.
know what we did? We did with our brains. We helped each other. That's
And so
like
do
the
animals all the
cavemen.
time. Have you ever seen like an elephant? Like I've watched like nature documentaries. Like elephants like help people. They mourn their dead. Like I think animals are just as capable of being good as people are.
No, I think like having like morals is a human thing. Like having like
Well, I
morality is
think
a
morals come
human
from
construct.
religiousness.
What?
I think morals come from religiousness.
I don't necessarily agree. I think you can be moral any like you don't you could atheists are some
I know. I think anyone can be moral, but I think morals come from religion.
well morals have been around since like humans have before we had a religion. I
Well, I
think
think
we
morals
use
can act.
religion
I
as a
think
way.
animals have morals too. Because why do certain animals like not just attack everything?
Because they what do you because that would probably fuck them over. It's a
No.
self-preservation
Why
thing.
do certain animals? Why do certain animals not commit homicide? Why do animals not commit homicide? Or most animals not commit homicide?
Well, homicide is like a legal definition. That's not an like a
Murder.
that's all you mean just like they don't just kill
The killing of the same species.
be, because like what would that get them, They
I was
wouldn't have a
smart when I
reason.
was a friend group, and you're correcting me on my terminology. Rich.
I'm pretty sure you're not that smart. I'm sorry.
Relative to you?
I'm yeah, no. I think this whole conversation kind of disproves that. But
Okay,
anyways, humans, we what was I saying? Like, no, if
I don't even remember what we're
animals,
talking about.
like, because that's gonna mess that they don't have a like, in animals they attack the other species to get food. Why do humans don't do that? We don't
Not,
like humans when we kill somebody, we have
okay,
much more
hold on,
advanced
hold on, hold
reasons.
on, hold on, hold on. How come? How come? Okay, let me think of a dangerous herbivore. Oh, I don't know. A fucking what's one of those? What are those things that like attack you but don't eat you? They just leave you. You know what I'm talking about.
Buffalo, are they herbivores? I don't know if they are. No, they're not. Are they? Is a
Fucking
is a
no,
bull?
no. Those things
Are
that
bulls herbivores?
no, the thing that the things that a bull. They don't eat you.
They're pretty dangerous though, right?
Yeah, but they don't eat you.
Wait, are you saying things that will eat you or things that won't? I'm confused on the
I don't
question.
even remember what I'm talking about at this point. I'm just talking about animals. I like National Geographic.
What's your favorite animal?
I've always been partial to the cow, but I'm also afraid of like 5 animals.
I'm only scared of one animal.
Humans.
That's the second place.
What's your fear?
I think you know what I'm gonna say. They're tall.
Bees? Bees?
They're evil. They eat babies. The most terrifying animals. If you look one in the eyes, you'll be scarred for life.
Oh,
Giraffes.
I know. Hillary Clinton.
Giraffes. I'm terrified of giraffes. No, I'm actually like
They don't exist. I've been on Reddit long enough to know they don't exist.
Have you seen like? I think they're from
I've
hell.
been to the zoo.
I don't
and
even
I've
believe
seen
in hell, and I think
propaganda.
giraffes are from hell.
I've watched the interview with Seth Rogen and what's his name? Franco.
Man,
Is it
giraffes are
Franco?
the fucking scariest animal, and you
I've
can't
seen
like.
propaganda, and zoos are propaganda.
Yo, I think zoos like are kind of fucked up if you think about it. Like we're just
Nah, I'm
fucking.
cool with them.
We're fucking like we're just like we're like torturing animals.
It's kind of funny though if you think about it.
It's kind of fucked up if you actually think.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
I mean, maybe if you're like a sociopath, but
It's just kind of funny.
if you're a sociopath, it might be funny.
I'm not a
But
sociopath. It's just kind of funny that like, oh, ha, we're smarter than you, ha.
you sound like a sociopath, my dude.
I'm not a sociopath. It's kind of funny.
It's really not. It's actually sad.
It's
So I think you
fucking
are a
hilarious.
sociopath.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I think that's enough for today's episode.
I'm
So,
losing my voice. Oh god, and I'm
so am I
already.
from yelling at your dumb ass.
I think you're more of an idiot than when you came in here. That's hard to do.
Yeah, because of you.
No, because you let yourself talk, and that's pretty big problem.
Because I had to listen to you. That's why I lost.
Dude,
lost 10
I
IQ
listened to
points.
your defense of communism.
I didn't. I don't know where you got that, but see, this is what I'm talking about.
Chinese authoritarian communism.
And I didn't defend anything. I said we shouldn't. I was saying we shouldn't do conspiracies. That was my whole thing.
It wasn't a conspiracy. This is like mainstream knowledge.
If there's not like
That's because you're not following the news today.
Okay, and that's today's episode of the Pair of Jacks podcast. Come back for more yelling and sadness.
It's probably not going to be yelling.
I sure hope so.
Oh, by the way, am I sleeping in your house?